What if the most powerful sword in history chose you? The movie begins long before our young hero is even born. After the death of King Uther, Britain collapses into chaos. Rival factions rise up like hungry wolves, each one desperate to seize the crown. The land is torn apart by brutal wars, blood spilled on fields where no victor emerges. It is a time of confusion, of broken oaths and shattered kingdoms. Amid this storm, one man alone dares to restore order. A man of impossible wisdom and ancient power, the wizard Merlin. Seeing no end to the chaos, he forges a mystical blade unlike anything the world had ever seen. Excalibur, a sword pulsing with light and destiny. To protect it from the unworthy, he drives it deep into stone, declaring to all of Britain, only the true ruler, chosen by fate itself, will be able to pull it free. Many try, lords, knights, thieves, even kings, but none succeed. The stone holds fast as though mocking their ambition, until one day a boy steps forward, small, young, overlooked. His name is Arthur. Where others strain, Arthur pulls the blade effortlessly. The impossible becomes reality. At that moment, the world knows the truth. Arthur is no ordinary boy. He is the hidden son of Uther, rightful heir to the throne. Under Arthur's rule, England thrives. Villages rebuild. Rivalries cool. For the first time in years, hope shines across the land. But hope has enemies. And Arthur's greatest enemy comes not from outside his kingdom, but from within his own bloodline. His sister Morgana, a woman consumed by envy and driven by dark sorcery. Twisting her form into monstrous shapes, she launches her war for power. The battles are fierce. Fire meets steel. Magic clashes with courage. And though Morgana is nearly unstoppable, Arthur and his loyal knights strike her down. With Merlin's help, they seal her away in the underworld. But even in defeat, Morgana does not yield. Before her prison closes, she vows through clenched teeth that she will return, stronger and more terrible than before. Centuries pass. Her name becomes legend. Her threat becomes myth. But evil never sleeps forever. And so our story shifts to the present day, where we meet a boy named Alex. He wakes in his modest home, rubbing the sleep from his eyes. His life feels painfully ordinary. His parents are separated, and though his mother loves him, he carries the quiet weight of loneliness. He eats breakfast quickly, slings on his bag, and leaves for school, unaware that his destiny is about to collide with a legend. On his way, his phone buzzes. A message from his best friend, Betters. Panic fills the text. He's in trouble. Bullies have cornered him. Alex doesn't hesitate. He runs as fast as his legs can carry him, heart hammering, until he arrives to see Betters hanging upside down at the mercy of two tormentors, Lance and Kay. Anger boils inside Alex. He steps forward to help, but Lance notices him, smirks, and shoves him hard to the ground. Pain flashes, but Alex refuses to stay down. He rises, fists clenched, determination written across his face. A fight erupts. It's messy, desperate, but brave. The chaos ends with all of them dragged into the principal's office. Ms. Lee, stern and unyielding, warns Alex in sharp tones. Another incident like this, and he could be expelled. The next day, Alex's punishment deepens. He's forced into a behavior improvement session with none other than Lance and Kay. The air is thick with tension, and when the session ends, the bullies immediately give chase, vengeance gleaming in their eyes. Alex runs, darting through streets he doesn't recognize until he stumbles into a half-built construction site. His legs pump with adrenaline, but there's nowhere left to go. Desperate, he leaps from a structure and slams into the ground below. For a moment, silence. Then impossibly, he opens his eyes. He is alive, unharmed. Not a bruise, not a scratch. As he staggers to his feet, something catches his eye. Half buried in rubble, gleaming faintly under the setting sun, lies a sword stuck in stone. Alex approaches slowly, hands trembling. He reaches out, and with shocking ease, the blade slides free as though it had been waiting for him. He stares at it in awe. Heavy, beautiful, ancient. He doesn't know what it means. Not yet, but destiny has found him. That night, Alex shows the sword to Betters. His friend studies the strange Latin inscription and researches the words. The trail leads back to the same town where Alex's long-absent father once lived. Memories stir of bedtime stories about Arthur and Excalibur, but Alex shakes his head. Surely this sword is just a replica, some trick of coincidence. He tosses it into his wardrobe, blind to the power he now possesses. The following day at school, a new student arrives. He introduces himself awkwardly as Merlin, yet everything about him feels strange. His way of speaking, his mannerisms, the way his eyes follow Alex like a hawk. Eventually, he corners Alex and warns him gravely. In 4 days, a solar eclipse will rise, and with it, Morgana will awaken from her prison. She will unleash destruction unless the boy with Excalibur stops her. Alex laughs it off. Madness, he thinks. But that night, the truth claws its way out of the ground, literally. From the earth outside his window, a monstrous soldier emerges. Its eyes glow with a sickly fire. It charges with terrifying speed. Alex grabs the sword, panic rising, but he is no match. The creature pins him down, blade raised for the final strike, and suddenly disintegrates into nothing. Alex gasps, trembling, and from the shadows, Merlin steps forward, calm, ancient, certain. He has saved Alex's life, and the truth can no longer be denied. The next day, Alex and Betters meet Merlin at a diner. The wizard, hiding in plain sight, explains everything. Morgana's prison is weakening. Her skeletal army is already stirring. If Alex does not rise, the world will fall. But Alex shakes his head. He is 12 years old, just a boy. How could he fight a sorceress? How could he save anyone? Overwhelmed, he tries to return the sword to Merlin, but fate refuses to let go. Soon after, Lance and Kay confront him again, trying to take Excalibur by force. They pull, they strain, but the blade will not move for them. And when Alex lifts it easily, the truth is undeniable. Only he is chosen. The moment barely sinks in before Morgana's skeletal warriors attack, rising from the shadows with merciless precision. The children fight desperately, dodging strikes, screaming, scrambling. At one point, Lance grabs the sword, swinging wildly, but he is quickly overwhelmed, nearly killed. And it is Alex who dives in, reclaiming the blade and saving Lance's life. A powerful shift happens in that moment. Even his enemies begin to see him as something more than just a boy. The group escapes to the city streets, only to find chaos everywhere. Warriors vanish as suddenly as they came, leaving civilians confused and frightened. Knowing the battle is only beginning, Alex gathers the group at his home. He makes a decision that will change everything. They will set out to find his father. Somewhere, he believes, lies the key to defeating Morgana once and for all. The journey begins. Merlin trains them in the code of chivalry, honor, courage, and unity. He conjures swords, brings trees to life as sparring partners, and forces the children to fight as one. But Morgana is watching. She twists the training ground into a nightmare, turning the trees into hostile enemies that nearly drag them into the underworld. Merlin saves them, but the effort leaves him drained, forcing him to vanish for rest. Left on their own, the group fractures. Lance snaps, furious at their situation. He grabs Excalibur, ready to leave. Alex refuses, and a furious duel erupts. Steel clashes, emotions ignite, and then, in one heartbreaking moment, Excalibur shatters. The Sword of Kings lies broken in two. Silence falls. Lance storms off, leaving Alex in despair. But hope is not finished. Alex recalls Arthur's tales of the Lady of the Lake. Clutching the shattered pieces, he approaches the water and pleads for help. The surface ripples. A glowing hand rises, grasping the pieces. Light erupts, and Excalibur is reborn, shining brighter than ever. Lance returns awestruck. Humbled, he apologizes and pledges loyalty. The group is whole again, stronger than before. Together, they journey deeper, facing ambush after ambush. Alex nearly dies in one attack, only to be saved by Kay. And slowly, bonds of true friendship form. But the greatest wound is yet to come. Alex reaches the home he believed belonged to his father. Instead, he meets his aunt, who tells him the truth. His father abandoned them long ago, broken and weak. The image of the heroic father Alex clung to shatters instantly. Crushed, he throws his book of Arthurian legends into the river, convinced he is unworthy of destiny. But his friends refuse to let him sing. They remind him that a hero is not defined by bloodlines, but by choices. Their faith reignites Alex's courage, and when Merlin returns the book he had thrown away, Alex realizes destiny is still calling. He deciphers the location of Morgana's fortress. Donning makeshift armor from a costume shop, he and his friends march into the dark lair. Shadows twist, branches ensnare, and at last Morgana herself appears. She mocks Alex, calling him a foolish child, but Alex charges, Excalibur blazing, and drives it deep into her body. She shrieks, the fortress collapses, and the children barely escape alive. Believing the quest finished, Alex casts Excalibur back into the lake, but Morgana is not dead. At dawn, her dark roots crawl across the land once more. Merlin reveals Alex's final trial, honesty. Only by confessing the full truth can Alex close the door on Morgana forever. And so he opens his heart to his mother, confessing everything. She doesn't believe until the Lady of the Lake rises from their bathtub, returning Excalibur before her very eyes. Her doubt vanishes. With mere hours left before the eclipse, Alex rallies the students at school. They laugh at first until Merlin demonstrates his magic in full, silencing the room. Together, the children prepare for battle. They dig trenches, set traps, and fortify their school into a fortress. And then the eclipse begins. The ground splits open. Morgana's skeletal army erupts, endless and relentless. But this time, Alex is not alone. Dozens of students fight side by side, proving that even ordinary children can become warriors when united by courage. Still, Morgana herself arrives, monstrous and aflame. Towering above them all, she is unstoppable, until Alex, rallying his friends, lures her onto the rooftop. With ropes and sheer willpower, the children bind her long enough for Alex to climb onto her form. Summoning every ounce of bravery, he plunges Excalibur deep into her heart. Her scream rattles the heavens. Her power fades into nothing. Morgana is gone. The next day, Alex returns Excalibur to the Lady of the Lake, who disappears into the depths, carrying the blade back into legend. Merlin reappears in his true form, proud and eternal. He bids farewell, promising to return if ever the world needs him again. The school is in ruins, but the students celebrate their victory. They have fought together. They have faced the impossible. And Alex, once just a lonely boy, is now a true knight. His story proves that even the smallest hero can carry the greatest sword. And now let me ask you, if you were the one to pull Excalibur from stone, what would you do? Would you rise like Alex or turn away from destiny? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to know what path you choose. If you enjoyed this epic tale, make sure to hit subscribe, drop a like, and share your thoughts below. More incredible stories are waiting, and you won't want to miss the next one.